streets of Kuroba were empty, the clouds swirling and twisting like leaving blackness. The darkness crept in like a dream. The light from the neon hoardings penetrated through the darkness. According to Tara, a market research expert, people who look at these hoardings are always eager to purchase the goods from that particular company. She wanted to know what the tale was. She turned to her former classmate Dave, a detective, for assistance. As they investigated further, they discovered that these hoardings were constructed in a unique manner with an emphasis on a thoughtful marketing matrix. This includes several facets of psychological marketing. The mastermind behind this was a time traveler attempting to alter the entire path of history. She then realized how important it is to know about these spiritual underpinnings. On her way to uncover this hidden goal, she discovered numerous shades. Her investigation revealed that the time traveler's manipulation stemmed upon a number of psychological marketing techniques like halo effect, the social proof, and the loss aversion, which have been deftly combined to affect the destiny of the city. Let's now examine these psychological occurrences in more detail. Some of us might have heard about the halo effect. It simply says how the first impression of a person or any brand will affect the entire journey of the business. At first, it is necessary to know what is halo. Whenever we look at the photo of a holy person or say any god, we can observe an arc of light around their head. It simply signifies their holiness and purity. Similarly, when we look at the sun, we can observe an arc of light around it, which makes it appear bigger. Therefore, a halo effect is created when a person or any brand shines like a sun. We humans usually used to judge others based on a single trait. I have personally experienced this. I was in my ninth grade when I found it difficult to study physics. At the beginning of that academic year, I loved it a lot. But after writing the first terminal examination, everything changed. The difficulty level of the question paper was so high that I found it difficult to crack it. Then onwards, my attitude towards that particular subject was one of disdain. This clearly sets an example of how a first impression of anything, even if a subject, will affect the entire journey of it. The next concept is really amazing. It's the loss aversion concept. Psychology holds that we humans feel more depressed when we lose than when we win. My uncle died of a cardiac arrest a few years ago. The pain that our family holds due to this is something that cannot be expressed through words. Later, after a few months, my cousin gave birth to a baby boy. The joy of welcoming a new one into a family was immense, but the pain of losing one still lingers in our heart like an open wound. While speaking about this concept, it gives me an insight about my plus one accountancy classes where I learned about the conservatism principle. This principle states that entrepreneurs should be more cautious about the potential losses than the potential gains. Therefore, it is necessary to take some steps to prevent the potential losses. The next concept is very much important in marketing. It is the social proof. Sometimes we may not be even confident about the decisions we take. In such cases, we may depend upon others for finalizing our opinions. Imagine that you're a person who not at all likes to watch any movie. But if you hear that a particular movie is a blockbuster and is loved by all, then you will have a tendency to watch it. This is how social proof works. The next important aspect is the confirmation bias. Sometimes we are curious about researching about those topics that we support and ignore all the facts that contradicts that topic. Like Anugraha was a curious teenager who was obsessed with Plum Beauty Care product. She was so obsessed with it that she kept on researching all the positive advantages about that particular topic and ignored all the facts that contradicts those beliefs. Later on, her friend suggested her some another brand which was scientifically proven to be the best, but she ignored it and claimed that Plum was the best. Due to this, she had to overlook all its disadvantages and draw faulty conclusions. This prevented her from choosing a better option. As per goal gradient concept, people are more driven by how much is left to their destination and not by the distance they have already traveled. You can clearly observe this in a marathon. You can see that the runners, they are more faster when they are nearer to the finishing line than they were at the beginning. This will help to create a sense of loyalty and customer engagement. Last but not the least is the mere exposure effect. The more you are exposed to something, the more you like it. Imagine that a new student gets enrolled into your classes. At first, you are not even comfortable to talk to them. But after constantly seeing them in your classes, you will have a tendency to talk to them. This is how this mere exposure effect works. It will create a sense of familiarity among the consumers or even the sellers. With the restoration of the city's timeline, Tara and Dev were hailed as heroes because they were able to see through the charms of the time traveler using halo effect and loss aversion. They utilized the social proof to communicate to the people that they had fallen into time travelers' clutches due to the confirmation bias concept. They also used this goal gradient concept to stay motivated throughout their journey. Also, they used this mere exposure effect to have a sense of familiarity among the residents. With the newfound grasp of all these psychological ideas, Tara and Dev were ready to face the challenges ahead, claiming that awareness is vital and knowledge is power. Thank you.